Welcome to the Garden Report. I am Jimmy Toscano with my kind of boss, kind of not, Nick Gelso here. Celtics with a big win. That's very true. Celtics with a big win. They're now the boss.
Yeah, they are.
Over the Chicago Bulls, 108-97. This is the Garden Report brought to you by SeatGeek. The Celtics with a big win tonight, 3 straight in the playoffs after leaving the Garden last week down 0-2. The sky was falling. Rajon Rondo had taken control of the series. We haven't seen him since. Out with the thumb injury. Almost gave it a go before Game 5. Decided against it. Might see him in Game 6 now that the Celtics are up 3-2. But without him on the court, the Celtics, although they didn't shoot as well as the Chicago Bulls, hung around. And in the fourth quarter, did what they did with Isaiah Thomas on the court. Came back down 2 entering the fourth quarter. Came back to beat the Bulls. And although Isaiah Thomas was a big part of that fourth quarter, it was Avery Bradley who was a big part of the entire game. Had the duties of covering Jimmy Butler and did a tremendous job. And if you look at the box score, Avery Bradley, 24 points on offense. But it's what he did on defense, holding Butler to 14 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. But the huge stat here, Jimmy Butler went to the free throw line just one time, 0 for 1. And that's after a 19 free throw performance. 19 free throws made in Game 4.
Jimmy, I mean, Avery Bradley, yes, I'm impressed with his defense. I'm always impressed with his defense. But tonight, Game 5, Avery Bradley came out strong in the first quarter, and he persisted. He persisted. Usually you see Avery come out strong, then he gets caught up playing defense, and he gets lost a little bit in the offense. Tonight, it did not end. Avery Bradley was the key.
He gives you so much on defense that I think sometimes that takes away from what he gives you on offense. But he's okay with that because he knows he's a defensive guy first. He's first-team all-defense. Tony Allen, you know, famous for saying that. Avery Bradley's first-team all-defense as well. And Dwayne Wade said it after the game, you know, we can't afford giving up 20-plus points to Avery Bradley, Al Horford, these guys coming off the bench. Olynyk, no, Al Horford and Avery Bradley aren't coming off the bench, but guys coming off the bench as well, performing like an Olynyk who had 14. And that's a playoff career playoff high for Olynyk.
He has a first tonight, too.
Oh, you want to tell everybody? Yeah, you have to, because we were sitting up above it.
Really?
It is true, folks. Kelly Olynyk chants ringing out from the balcony tonight at the TD Garden. You thought you'd never hear it. You did. As Paul Flannery tweeted, this playoff series officially has everything.
It has had everything, for sure.
And just, you got to say, Isaiah Thomas still co-led the team in points with 24 because even on an off night for him, 1 for 10 from the three-point line. Even on an off night, he still is that important to the Celtics where he'll lead the team in offense. But it wasn't just Isaiah Thomas tonight. Like I said, we had Avery Bradley. You had Al Jefferson. You had Al Horford. Al Jefferson is not coming.
not coming back through that door.
Al Horford, Kelly Olynyk. But what about Al Horford tonight? Just doing what Al Horford does, but stepping it up in the playoffs like we had all sort of thought and hoped that he might, and that's why the Celtics are giving him the big bucks. If you look at his stat line,
he's scoring a little bit more, 4 more points a game, I think, in the playoffs. But in reality, he's kind of doing everything he did in the regular season, but just more elevated as far as, you know, stepping it up a notch. And like Brad Stevens said during the presser, the offense flows through Al Horford. I've not seen that since the Bird era, dude. Like, really.
No, I totally get it. And not only that, but I think his energy is picked up as well. He's a relatively quiet guy in the court. He's not the Marcus Smart type guy where he's a rah-rah and, you know,
but he got the team together tonight. You know,
no, finish what you were going to say.
Yeah, well, he got the team together and pushed them through that fourth quarter. He basically said, let's go.
And another thing I want to say about Al Horford that he brings to this team, playoff experience. Yeah. If you look at the roster on this team, they're a talented group, but most of them are one-and-done guys in the playoffs, whether it's Isaiah Thomas, whether it's Jay Crowder, from these guys from last year.
Avery's the only one that I think advanced.
Right, and he was a rookie. I mean, he had nothing to do with that team. So, you know, you got a guy like Al Horford who's had a serious part of the Atlanta Hawks' success. He's been here. He's done that. And that's going to be important on Friday when they have an elimination game. And we're going to talk about that in the next video, so keep it right here. But before we go, I know you have a little message for
I mean, honestly, if you're going to Game 6 in Chicago, you might as well shop on SeatGeek.
Yes.
SeatGeek, go to the settings tab in the upper right-hand corner.
Get your flight tickets.
Get your flight tickets.
Head over to
Jimmy's frequent flyer miles. He's been traveling so much.
Head over to SeatGeek.
Head over to SeatGeek, upper right-hand corner settings tab. Use the promo code Garden Report and get $20 back immediately upon purchase. You did it. I did it. Not tonight, though.
No, well,
we didn't have to.
We don't have to do
Let's
it tonight.
come back for
no
part
big
2.
deal. We're going to come back for part 2. We're going to talk about Game 6. Can the Celtics pull it off on the road once again?
And will Rondo play?
And will Rondo play?